Alright, welcome back to another episode of Softly Spoken. Today we're playing a little Tetris 99 again. We'll go in, we'll pick our skin as we always do, I won't forget. And we'll try to get our daily missions. 2 KO badges, yep. Total of 5, okay, easy. No stress at all. Alrighty, let's have a look through our themes. What's fun here? Golf Rush, Miitopia, I remember that game, the Kirby game. Oh, Origami King, that was a heaps good game. I like that. Ring Fit, Pokemon, Luigi, Kirby. Oh god, this one was impossible to play with. I'm so bad at the monochromatic themes. Ooh, Donkey Kong, Zelda. We've played with Zelda. We played with Mario? I think we haven't played. Okay, let's pick one we definitely haven't. Let's do Metroid. I haven't played with this one since the event, I'm assuming, because I don't recognize it. So let's find out if it's a terrible skin or not. Oh! Nothing's written in English. That's fun. I like that. Thank goodness I know what those columns and areas mean, eh? You wouldn't want this to be the first skin you ever use. Right. Definitely going to practice my 6-3 stacking again, work on my finesse, just try to be a more consistent and better Tetris player. Because that's what we strive for here, being the best we can be. I have also fiddled with my recording settings. I think my webcam wasn't running at 1080p. It's definitely only running at 30 FPS, but that's fine. Oh, goodness, already off to a poor start. Ooh, very subtle. There's the music. Here we go. Oh, yeah, this is... I was going to say there's some clean play, and then I just made some garbage decisions. Yeah, this is coming along nicely. I didn't need to hold there. That was a silly mistake. Bonk, 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 bonk. I have made a little mistake here, but I can resolve it like that. Yeah, I think this makes... I can recover this? No, this is ugly. I've made a mistake, but it's not a really bad one. If I do this, it's basically cleaned up already. I do that, yeah. We're all cleaned up. We're back to a good state. Bonk, bonk. I do this. I think that's fine. Oh yeah, I realized something the other day. I think what I was talking about with stack parity isn't quite right. But at least the way I explained it. I think it's if you break the 3x4 block pattern on the 3 side, you lose parity, and putting a T-piece always makes you break that, I feel. I think that's the problem. But maybe I'm wrong there. Yeah, no, I think that's it. So when I go off script, I can also break parity without using a T-piece. That's the problem. That's what I've been doing wrong. Come on, game, start up. Yeah, as I was saying, I started using a higher recording setting quality, and my webcam did not look like it was recording in 1080. It might have been like 480p. So hopefully this means my thumbnails get prettier too. Let's go for a PCO here, because that's just fun. Yeah, nah. Whoops. This is rubbish. I regret everything instantly. But you know what? Sometimes that's the fun of Tetris. You try things and they don't work out. We're not the world's greatest player, and I never claimed to be. I made a T-spin, and I'll transition to 6-3 in a second. Like so. Now we're stacking in 6-3. Ah, shucks. Here we go, cleaning up. And if we do this, we can get back to 6-3 in just a second once we do that. Wonderful, wonderful. That was not what I meant to click. I want to do this, and now I've got myself into a spot of bother again. But we can clean this up. This isn't worrying at all. Yeah, I can't see a clean way to get a T-spin there. We'll just count to 4 and get a Tetris instead. Much nicer. Click, click, click. I'm doing 0-9 stacking, which is awkward in itself. So let's at least go back to 9-0 stacking, because that makes sense to my brain. I'm definitely getting the hang of Stick. Like, it's really fun to play on. Like, it feels nice when you get into the rhythm of it. Like, specifically the movement. I do also love playing on chunky arcade buttons like this. I like how as soon as I talk about me doing better, I play absolutely abysmally. Like, this is a joke. What have I done? I can see a way to clean this up. The fact that I got here in the first place. Grim. You know what I'm saying? If I do this, that... No! I clicked the button! Aw. I got to T-spin single, which technically keeps my back-to-back if I had one, but isn't really useful beyond that at all. Yeah, this wasn't too bad of a mistake. Beautiful. Alrighty, we can get back to 6-3 stacking. Oh, I've gotten 3 KOs, so I've gotten one of the badges for today. Which is what we want to hear. I have made a grave mistake playing like this. This is not a very good stack. I can clean it up a bit though. Yeah, this is cleaned up alright. Not sure about that decision, but I feel like... yeah, this is coming together. I accidentally double tapped. Gosh. These buttons are really sensitive. I need to do something about replacing them. Maybe in the... I was going to say in the new year, but it's 2025. Maybe I just do it after my trip to Japan. Maybe that's something I just put a couple bucks in. Because, like, the 8-bit Do arcade stick is supposed to be quite moddable, like, mod-friendly. So, it should, whoops, just let me swap the buttons, and that's it. It shouldn't be, like, an ordeal. I just need to go and order some nice Sanwa buttons, nice and heavy, like in a real arcade, so they can live up to some abuse. Because, Lord knows, that's what I do to arcade, to Tetris sticks when I... If I ever get quick again, I'm gonna have to... Oh, shucks. That's the end of me. Yep. I'm gonna have to, like, really throw the stick around to get the speed I need. Oof. Oh, my tea is really hot. That is way too hot. Ow, ow, ow. I regret picking that up. 20th. Grim. Grim, grim, grim. Alrighty. Let's go for a PCO opener again. Or PCO. Perfect clear opener. It's like saying ATM machine. You should deride me. Come on. Here we go. This skin is actually quite nice. Nice dark theme. Colourful blocks. Nothing weird about it. Other than like the not being in English. That is kind of strange. Gosh. We'll do this. No, there's no PCO here that I can see. So we will just stack. Get a Tetris. Let's just do a game of Tetrises. That used to be like what I was kind of okay at. It's just some nice, simple 9-0 stacking. That's how I got pretty much all of my Tetris 99 wins. This is... Okay, I'm getting greedy. This is not worth it for a single T-spin. I saw how I could do it, but it was not coming together. Now I have a T-spin set up. I got a T-piece coming. Look at that. Beautiful. No worries at all. I've got another one ready. That's actually not that bad. That was a misdrop, but it's one we can work with. We can do something like that. Ah. There we go. Look at that. You wouldn't have even known it's a misdrop if I didn't tell you. It looked kind of planned if you don't know anything about Tetris. Do this. I got another one ready. I want to delay and accept. Now I can do that. I got my next one ready again. Do that. If we do this, we're also Tetris ready. And then we can do this. And we're T-spin ready. Look at that. This is coming together nicely. I feel like I need a stress less and just play way more freeform. Which is how I used to play. Like, I don't really go for specific things. Like, the problem is, like, I want to get good. And to get good, you need to be, like, thinking. And I find if I'm playing like this, I'm not really thinking. It's just Tetris is kind of happening in front of me. Which is a weird feeling in itself. I've definitely done a goof here. I didn't really mean to accept that garbage, but it didn't really matter. Yeah. Okay, yep. Yeah, this is fairly clean. Just do this so I can get that. Kind of a mistake. Dude. Oh, shucks. I've at least... Oh no, I haven't opened up that well. I would have if I got that right. Ah, no. That's okay. This comes together pretty quickly and cleanly. I'm not fussed. Oop. I nearly just... One of my bad habits is to get, like, a T-spin ready, and then to just keep playing through my T-pieces so that wasn't just a T-piece I got and needed. And then I'll be like, oh, what am I doing? I'm a goose. Yeah, this is coming up nicer. Much nicer. Alrighty, if we do this... Oh, that was silly. I did it. I did exactly what I was talking about. I used up my T-piece thinking I didn't have a T-piece for my T-spin. One of these days I'll learn how to play Tetris, I promise. Oh, here we go, coming up. Whoops. We can clean this up. This isn't a scary misdrop. Yeah, look at that. All fixed into a Tetris. Beautiful. Lovely. We're getting there. Whew. Man, I'm knackered. I need to fix my sleeping patterns, I'll be honest. Like, for someone who's making a thing to help people sleep, I sure should sleep. I need to set myself like a proper bedtime, because I find I just stay up otherwise, and that's doing me in. Like, I need to just be going to bed, like, straight up. I'm feeling like 10:30, 11, I feel like is a pretty sensible bedtime for me. Actually doing it is the hard part. Yeah, there we go. This is cleaning up alright. We'll go for badges now. I kind of need them, honestly. That's definitely not helped. I couldn't swap out. Okay. This is, a little dire. But you know what? We've dug ourselves out of worse. Maybe we haven't. Maybe we haven't. My tea is a drinkable temperature now. Ooh, ow. Wait, hang on a second. Does that actually say a total of 5 in one game? Get a total of 5 KO badges in total. Okay. Hang on. I swear I've already gotten well over 5 KOs. What's happening here, Tetris? Are you lying to me? You tricking me? That tea was still quite hot. My fingers are warm from that. Goodness. Oh. I've been using this game. I haven't even talked about Metroid Dread. That was a really fun game. It was fairly short from memory. I got stuck like once, and then other than that, it was good. The battles were a lot of fun. I like the parrying system. I like the helplessness of the Ellies or whatever they're called. We'll go PCO again. That's just... oh. Well. Do the... yeah, sorry. I absolutely messed that up immediately. But we're kind of doing something here. Yep. Alright, just play quick. Clonk, clonk, clonk. But yeah, like it was a really good game. I should go back and beat it on hard mode. I feel like that would be rewarding. But maybe I'm just a masochist, you know? Why did I do that again? What am I doing to myself? What am I doing to myself? I do want to play more games on this channel, but I'm trying not to, like, just start up a million games. I want to, like... I'd like to finish Final Fantasy before I move on. Because I feel like if I don't, I'm absolutely going to fall into the dark rabbit hole of just starting more games, and that's... it's not fair to you guys. To you people. Like... you probably come in here if you're actually watching my stuff because you like what I'm doing, you don't like that I'm jumping, or you like that I'm not jumping around between stuff. That's my theory. I have literally no way of verifying this hypothesis. Like, as it stands, I am barely getting, like, what, 2 or 3 views per video. Which is fine, like, I'm not in this to get, like, a bajillion views or anything. I'm just having fun with it all. Like, I am trying to produce higher quality videos, as I keep saying. I am working on things slowly and surely, and that's been really fun and rewarding. Like, I'm enjoying all of that, which is nice. Like, if you enjoy the process of something, it's much better than only enjoying the end result. And that's what I like about my pole dancing. Like, I don't have an end goal, I'm just doing it and getting better, and that's really fun. It helps that the classes are really fun and the teachers are super nice and helpful. Like, they make it a lot of fun. And I love that. But I don't really have, like, oh, I have to do X, Y, Z or I'm a failure. It's just, no, I turn up. That's what makes me a success. And, you know, I've gotten okay at it. I can do some fun stuff. I can do some kind of impressive stuff. But, like, I don't know what I am. I'm still very much a beginner. I'm in the intermediate classes, but I still feel like a beginner, but I feel like it's just something that doesn't really go away no matter what you do. Like, I still feel like a beginner at Tetris. And I definitely am not a beginner at Tetris. Considering I am a Tetris Grandmaster, as I love reminding people of. Like, I get it. It's easy to feel like you aren't good enough at stuff. That's really easy. Am I being greedy? Yes. Is that a big mistake? Also, yes. Can I fix this? I feel like yes. I'm gonna do this just so I have the most time. Set this up. I get a cheeky T-spin out of it. It's a floating T-spin setup. I did that on purpose. I'm good like that. There's no point setting up a T-spin there, because it's just going to be... if I do this, I can use... yeah, okay, this cleans it up nicely. There we go. Yeah, there was no point setting up a T-spin there, because it would have been a T-spin single no matter what I did. And I'm not messing with those. I'm not good enough to pretend I can use a T-spin single on purpose. Or properly. Like, there ain't no way. Like, I know that their purpose is to basically continue your back-to-back chain, but also allow you to downstack slightly. But, I don't know. That's well beyond my level of skill for sure. What can I do here? That's pretty good. I was considering accepting that one line of garbage, but... if we do this... Okay, okay. I did have a plan there, I just fumbled the inputs. Okay, that's kind of funny. I do need to get 2 badges in one game still. So we'll try to get that happening. French Earl Grey. That's a really nice tea. Very light, very floral, that's the word. I was going to say flavorful, but I meant a very specific flavor profile. Alrighty. Gosh, I need to wipe down my stick. It's getting a bit gross. I also need to clean up my backdrop here. Because, as you can see, it's become a bit of a dumping ground. Especially that, where I keep all my gunk. Like my day-to-day gunk. Right, we're going to do PCO. I'm having fun with that. I know it's a crutch of an opening, but I don't care. Nuts. We don't have one. We were so close. If that was a different... If that were a different piece, that would have been easy. What a silly thing to say. Okay. Gosh. I can't press straight down. That's doing me in a lot. Well, if we do this... I think... Yeah, that makes the most sense. Okay, that's fine. I can actually fix this. That's not bad. And we can do this, this, and this, and we have a T-spin. See, all according to plan. Here it's a bit more problematic. I think I need another T-piece on the left to clean, to bring it back to parity? Yeah, and then I can do this. Okay, this is bad. Do not copy my examples here. See, this is what thirsting for a T-spin looks like when you're really bad. Look how disproportionate my stack is. Oh my god. Oh, this is... I'm kind of turning it into something, but this is abysmal. Like, I need to not pretend I'm doing... Okay, I think this is the play. I think that's easier to clean up. I don't... Yeah, okay, I can't rotate it in. I wasn't sure if I couldn't. I thought it might be like... Okay, here we go. This is getting there. That's a bit nicer. If I do this, we do have a T-spin. And it didn't sacrifice our stack quality to get. And that's what really we're looking for, you know? I can do this. That comes out pretty nice. No! I did the thing again. That's alright. This is pretty clean upable. I'm not intimidated by this at all. No, I couldn't have done anything interesting there. I was going to say I thought I could have set it up for Prophecy T-spin, but I could not. I feel like there's definitely cleaner ways to have done this. Like, I really should take some time and practice my cheese races, but they're not fun. I know that's so baby, like pathetic, but I just don't find cheese races fun. Like, I do sprints because I find sprints fun, and that's kind of what did my thumb in, I think. I just like the fast-paced, high-octane, no time, only Tetris. You know, no time to think, you just have to smash pieces down. Ah, beautiful. All coming together. I don't know about that. Too many eyepiece dependencies is definitely one of my big problems. We'll just... Oh, I got my 2 badges. Excellent. Let's switch to badges now. I actually stand somewhat of a chance. I'm not sure if this is the right play. What are we? There's 28 people left. I'm probably targeting someone with full badges, but I might... I'm playing... If you've ever done any chess, you'll have heard the term hope chess, and it's something you should never play. But basically what it means is, instead of making good moves, you make moves and go, boy, I hope they don't notice that there's a mistake there. Or like, I hope they do this. Like, and I feel like I very much play hope Tetris at times. Like right there, I hope I get them. Like, I am being punished for this decision quite thoroughly, but this... You know what, we're switching back to KOs. This is getting a bit too intense. I could have gone for a T-spin there. I opted not to, just safety. Here we can thirst for it a little bit, because we can clean it up quite nicely. Yeah, here we go. Things are coming together. Okay. Oh, that was not where I wanted that. Every time. Please? Okay, there we go. Okay. Woo. Do this, and then we're back down here. Here we go. Much nicer. Let's actually switch to attackers. I feel like now is the time. Oh. Excellent. I'm powering up. This actually gives me a chance in the late game. I have 2.5 badges. So if you don't know, badges actually multiply your attack. So every time you send one line... Oh my gosh, I panicked. You can send multiple lines instead. So if I get a Tetris, I'll send like... I don't know the actual numbers, but like 6 lines instead of 4. And obviously, that's quite good. Ba-da-ba-bum. And we get a T-spin this late in the game. That's always fun. Especially on this controller where I'm not very confident in my movements. That's actually really nice to get. Oh, we have so close to full badges. Oh, that's not good. That is definitely a problem for me. Okay. I'm making a lot of mistakes. We're still going to get these T-spins though. Oh no, that might be my undoing. That's a pretty bad mistake there. I might be able to bring this back actually. I see a down stack. Yeah, this is coming together. I see what's happening here. That's a problem. I think I can do this. Oh, that was definitely not the right move. That's okay. No! Just as I get full badges. Oh, you know what? I'll take a 3rd place. That's pretty good. That's definitely the best I've done since coming back. Yeah. You know what? 3rd place. That's sick. I'm really happy with that. Considering I felt like I didn't feel like I was playing very well there. That's a really good result. How are the other two playing? Plus. That's not plus. Oh yeah. So this suffers the same problem Tetris Friends had, where you kind of only get glimpses of what your opponent's doing. But yeah, no, they were definitely outplaying me. That guy in the bottom right there has 4 badges. He's serious. He's gonna win. Woof. One of these days, I'm gonna get a Tetris Maximus on recording. Every time I go to say on stream, it's ridiculous. But definitely feeling more confident in my controls. I made a lot of misdrops there. Like, the stick feels really... Like, I want to replace the stick and buttons in this. Like, they're okay, but... I like pretty stiff controls. Like, I use Cherry MX Blacks on my keyboard and everything. Like, I like linear. The linear switches there. And quite heavy, because I rest my hands on the keyboard, and I need to be able to not press the buttons as I do that. I feel like I've talked about this before. Again, nearly just said on stream. Oh, I'm a goose. I'm not... This isn't anything. This is a nothing start. What the heck? This is a Sean wasn't paying much attention start. Yeah, that's okay. We... Oh man, immediately back to playing abysmally. Alright. I think I was thinking too much about it. Like, when I let my hands just play, they do pretty decent. Like, set up for a T-spin. Yeah, I don't want to accept that. I've got a 3 wide, but I don't really have any way to use it. I guess this is kind of working. Yeah, I'm not gonna thirst for a T-spin there. I'm just gonna play pretty reservedly. I think it's gonna be the strat. Like, I really should be playing aggressive in this early game where there's very little punishment for playing poorly. Like, you've seen how long I can take to recover in this early stages, and there's like no ill effects from it. I should be accepting more damage and stuff. If I do this, I'm T-spin ready. Okay, that was silly. I was trying to line up the T-piece and the I-piece so I could back-to-back them, like, combo. That was just greedy. That was silly greed. You know, we live for greed on this channel. Greeding at Tetris is what you do. It's how the game is played. That is a nice tea. I've really gotten into, like, my history with caffeine is quite funny. I was drinking coffees from a very young age. Like, I was in year 3, so I must have been like, what? Somewhere between 8 and 10. I don't know how old kids are at what point in school. I do have a perfect clear here. Not if I mess it up, though. Yeah, so I've been drinking coffee since a young age. I don't think that's the end of the world. But, when I started working, my caffeine use kind of correlated to how much of a desk job I had. And when I finally became a programmer, because my career history is a bit weird, I'll fill you in one day, maybe after this story, depending on how I'm feeling. But I got to a point where I was drinking legitimately 6 or so coffees a day, with 2 sugars. So the first thing I did is I cut out the sugars, because I started getting sugar crashes. That was before I reached 6 coffees a day, sorry, that was like 4 or something. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, so sugar hits me quite hard. And then I started ramping up my coffees, and eventually I got to like 6 a day, and I was getting like heart palpitations and stuff. I'm like, oh boy, I need to cut back. So I eventually switched to tea, because it's got a cup of tea has half as much caffeine. People get it twisted because they hear tea has twice as much caffeine as coffee, but that's per gram, and you use less grams, and B, the steeping process loses some of it. But yeah, so, and then I was drinking so much tea that I eventually got the caffeine crashes again. So now I have very, very metered caffeine throughout the day. I have 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and then I have a decaf after that, around 10 o'clock. Then, after lunch, at about 12:30, I have my a cup of real tea. So at the moment it's French Earl Grey. And then I have a decaf at like 2:30. Then around 3:30, I'll have my final real cup of tea of the day. And I have obviously another French Earl Grey. I only buy 1 cup type of tea at once. I'm that sort of guy. And I found this keeps me really level throughout the day. I don't get any like rushes. I don't get any big jumps. I don't get any big lows. And it works really well for me. It helps keep my brain focused throughout the day. But yeah, because like, I don't know, caffeine feels like it doesn't do a huge amount to me. Like obviously it has an effect, but it doesn't feel too strong. And I think that's kind of the danger. I just noticed my room is getting real warm and sweaty. That's okay. We need the sweat to win this game of Tetris. That's how that works, right? Yeah. So that's sort of been my weird history with caffeine. Why am I stacking like this? This is weird. I want to free up that hole so that I can clear out the garbage rows. There we go. I know I've been lazy this game today with my Tetris. I haven't been practicing my 6-3 like I should be. I am just playing Tetris the way I used to, which, yeah, it's still fun. I'm clearly okay at it. But I want to get better. And getting better means considered practice, not just time played. Because just time played is how I've gotten where I am. And I want to be better than where I am. Faster. Because realistically, I've taken a long time to get as good as I have just because I don't do any focused practice. I just kind of play Tetris on and off again. And yeah, it hasn't helped me out. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess I can fill you in on my work. The interesting parts of my work history. Obviously, like most Australians, I started working in fast food when I was young, like 14. I worked there until I was 18. I never got fired or let go as far as I can tell. What happened is, I fractured my wrist. Oh, hang on. Yeah, and I needed time off. And, oh god. I let them know that I was recovered, and I just never heard from them again. Okay. This isn't so good. I might just be dead. No? Okay, we can bring this back. I see the way. Yeah, so from there, what did I do? I ended up trying university for a bit. University did not work for me. And I got a job. What was it? Actually, I had the job before university. No? I can't remember. Anyways, I worked as a tech support at a small, like, literally 4-man company. Like, building PCs for businesses, repairing business PCs, fixing Windows installs. All of that nonsense. But that was good fun. That got me into the tech industry. Like, I've always had an interest in tech. I hate hardware. I hate troubleshooting hardware. Is one of my least favorite jobs now because of all that. It's just so tedious. From there, I sort of floundered for a bit because that job petered out. The work just sort of dried up. And eventually I was doing tech support at a proper business, like at 100, 150 employees strong, on-prem, so that was quite good. Okay, whoops, what am I doing? This is nonsense. I really liked doing tech support for a business, like one business. Because you'd get, your repeat customers, they were nice, they'd get to know you. The work was always the same, you worked with known quantity PCs because you ordered them, so you always knew what they were. You actually saw, like, I want to say, like, growth, but, like, when you would implement something, you would see the results of that something and get to follow it through. Oh my gosh. And that's really rewarding. So I loved that aspect of my job, and I liked working with people. I ended up being made redundant of that job because I actually kind of just gave up on the job. Oh shoot, I'm not paying any attention. I kind of gave up on the job because I kept getting shot down for every idea I had, which, like, let's be real, my ideas probably weren't that great, but it was the way I was shut down, the way I was not listened to, that really made me go, well, I don't care about this job, I'm going to put in the absolute bare minimum. I was quiet quitting before it was even a thing. I would just sit there, I would wait for emails to come in, I would browse the web on my second monitor where my boss couldn't see it. I'd actually do it from within a VM, so it wasn't on my machine or on any machine they thought I was using. It wasn't a secret VM, it was a VM I was using to learn Windows Server, which, by the way, don't ever learn Windows Server, goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm just gonna clean up here. Yeah, so eventually I got made redundant there, which I don't blame them. They got bought out by a bigger company. The bigger company wanted more efficient stuff, and they also wanted their own tech people in. And I get that. So eventually I got made redundant there. Then I worked for, like, one of those, what are they, like, what do you call them? I'm trying not to name the company names because I feel like that's inappropriate. Like one of those places where you take your computer to get it fixed, or like you can call up, or like sometimes they'll do house visits and stuff. And I was only there 6 months. I detested it. Like, it's not that I didn't know the work, but like, I got in trouble for trying to help people too much, is one of the problems. Because sometimes I just wouldn't get a result. A problem would beat me. And, like, I'm working with a billion types of software at this point. Anything that can come through did come through. And like one of them was a finance integration, a tax system. I don't know exactly what it was. And the dude had already spoken to their official support, and they're like, oh no, this is an issue with your computer. I think that's hogwash. I actually still think it was their issue. But, I helped him for like half an hour. We tried like 4 or 5 different things. I mean, there was just no resolution. The guy was happy. He was like, oh yeah, look, thanks for trying, yah. He's like, I'll go do X, Y, and Z. And then later that day, I get a call from my boss. And she's like, what happened here? Why were you on the call so long? And why did you not fix it? I'm like, what? I was helping the guy. We tried X, Y, and Z. We actually did like 5 different things to try and fix it. I followed all the official documentation. It wasn't just me throwing stuff at a wall. Oops, I've made a mistake here. And yeah, that just upset me. Not to mention, dealing with the general populace is not my best skill. Plain and simple. It is not my strong suit. Like, I'm better now. I think I could do better in the role, but I still wouldn't enjoy it. But I was at my wit's end. I didn't know what to do with my life. I was genuinely depressed. I was going home every day thinking, holy shit, I don't know if I can do another day of this. And I was miserable. I eventually, obviously I was keeping an eye on jobs during all of this. I'm not crazy. It's always easier to get a job while you have a job. I also had to keep a roof over my head, that old thing. And eventually, a really interesting position opened up for a Ruby developer. Like Ruby on Rails. I'm like, oh, I've never done that, but, they're accepting people who don't have degrees. I want to say it's like an apprenticeship, essentially, but it was a junior position. No prior experience required. Now, obviously, I'd done programming in my free time. I'd built stuff with PHP at this point. I'd done some Python. Obviously, I have all my years of Quick Basic, which I don't really know how much they count for, but they definitely got me thinking like a programmer from a young age. And yeah, I applied for the job. I got the interview, I went in, I sold myself as hard as I could, I had a decent resume, all that fun stuff. I wore a business shirt, and yeah, they called me back, and I got to resign from my job with the biggest grin on my face. I was genuinely so happy. And it's not all happy from there. Like, I've always wanted to be a programmer, right? Well, I tried to get into university for it. I didn't actually get good enough grades. What I did instead was just take programming courses at university that did not count towards the degree I got into. I also didn't turn up to them, so it didn't really matter. I should switch to attackers now. So from there, it was, the first few months were brutal. I just couldn't get my head around Rails. It was so I legitimately was thinking, am I cut out for this? Can I even be a programmer? Am I just too stupid for this? Genuinely thoughts I had. And, after 3 months, it started to click. I did start to get my head around enough of Rails that I started to feel productive in it, and I knew what I was doing, enough that I didn't feel completely lost. Obviously, I didn't feel like I had conquered Rails. But yeah, and from there, I've switched to several different Ruby on Rails jobs. I absolutely love the language. I love the framework. I have a lot of issues with the guy who runs it. He makes comments. Oh, nuts. No! Ah! Okay. This is going to be my undoing. Oh no, I can come back. I can come back from this, actually. What am I saying? This is a beautiful okay, that's... Please? No. Yeah. But ever since then, I've hopped around. I'm now a senior software engineer. That's 3rd place, far out. And yeah, I'm loving life. I still go to work excited to keep programming. I love it. Yeah, that's sort of my rough history of career development. I'm also trying this YouTube-y thing just because it's a fun hobby. Again, I'm recording myself so my wife can sleep to me at night when she wants to. Just hear the sound of my voice on demand, and yeah, I decided to generic it up, present it to the world, and have some fun with it. But yeah, alright. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my rants and ramblings about coffee, work, all that fun stuff. I hope you sleep well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.